Cleaning my glasses, guys. Just waiting. You know how the beginning of every show is. Six people. Nice. Unknown trader. Christina Cardinal. Hello. Welcome. And Pat Travelino. Good evening. How you doing, brother? All right. Let's see. Guys, hit the like button on your way in, please. Nick Valente. Boy, that was quick, Chris. Yeah, I gotta hurry because I got to I want to be with my wife. You know my rule every night, 8:00. So I only got till 8 to do this show. Plus, I'm gonna make some burgers and shit tonight. So MAGA be scrambling, game over, bro. This is like it's so brazen. They don't even try to hide it anymore. I mean, how the fuck are you gonna release all these files? And then the one with a picture of Trump and a bunch of women in it, you delete it overnight. Oh my God. And what were they even thinking? I mean, that was just completely pointless because everybody has it already. You know, it's on the internet. It's not going anywhere. So what were they thinking? Why even do that? Why bother? Might as well just left it in there. Yeah, hit the like, guys. All right. I hope we don't have a tiny crowd tonight, and I hope it doesn't take too long to get a decent sized crowd in here. Because, like I said, I'm a little pinched for time tonight, you know? And I'm going to be for a while. It's going to be hard for me to do multiple politics live streams a day, but I'll try. I just got a lot going on, you know, like many of you do. "13 people. Hit the like button on the way in. Come on, guys. Hop in the chat. Let's start talking. I wonder if the MAGA people tonight are going to deny this. Or do they even know? Do you think Fox News even told them? I think Fox actually talked about this, didn't they? Maybe I'm crazy, but I could have sworn that I heard earlier that Fox might have even broken this story. Is that true? No, just a vertical. Just a vertical. I probably should have done both, but oh well. Got to fix the algorithm. Maybe it'll be fixed tonight. Who knows? Oh, easy with the tiny crowd. I hope you don't mean tiny brains. Oh, nah. This is your Saturday. I think it's pretty much everybody's, right? Where are you from, Moon Darkness? Where are you at? Or More Darkness? Where are you at? Is it not Saturday? Yeah, it's Saturday. What are you trying to trick me for? Because it wouldn't be hard to do. I really don't have much of a reason to know which day of the week it is. So sometimes I get it wrong. Life of a YouTuber, you know? Hit the like button, guys. Subscribe if you haven't already. This is an anti-Trump channel, and we're going to talk some anti-Trump shit. That's for sure. So what's the Democrats' plan for the next 3 years? Plans for the next 3 years? Well, what do you expect it to be? They're not in charge of anything. I would assume their first priority would be to win the midterms, and then after that, they can make plans. Or maybe they're already making plans for when they win, you know? Legislation. I don't know yet. How would I know? Am I a fucking psychic? I guarantee you they're going to impeach Donald Trump. He's just defending. He's justifying defending the clown on a Saturday night. Oh, is that what he's saying? Oh, is this your Saturday night? Oh, I got you. Well, what should I be doing? I'm a 46-year-old man who makes a living on YouTube. So this is me working right now. What should I be doing? At 17% approval. I don't even know that that's where the Democrats are at right now, but they're kicking ass all over the fucking country in elections. And Donald Trump's approval ratings are what right now? What are Donald Trump's approval ratings right now? All the Democrats do is hate on Trump. They have no policies that will help Americans or America. Even though, Thomas, damn near every policy that helps Americans today is a Democratic policy, right? Like pretty much all of them. Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, SNAP, Section 8, the 40-hour work week, unemployment, all this stuff. Yeah, you're right. What policies do Republicans have that are going to help Americans exactly? I'll be waiting. Yeah, welfare keeps a lot of people, old people, veterans, poor people, keeps them alive. Yeah, absolutely. You're going to say it doesn't help Americans? More darkness. Why don't you get off my dick and worry about your Saturday night? 87% among Republicans. Yeah, among Republicans. Now, what's his overall approval rating? At least he admitted it was only among Republicans. Numerous times he is going to be impeached. Yes. I think if Trump is implicated for anything, dealing in Epstein files, you'll never see him get in trouble. Well, I mean, I would assume the statute of limitations is up on everything he might have done wrong. So, you know what I mean? But it's not even about him. Nobody's expecting him to go to jail. We just want him to be outed for the shit that he did. You know what I mean? I mean, there's no possible way the statute of limitations isn't up. I haven't been watching him. I don't really like him too much. The Clinton files. How are they the Clinton files? What do you mean? No tax on Social Security. Yeah, that's not even, all that no tax shit is pretty much bullshit. I mean, you're still getting taxed on all this stuff. It's just you get deductions at the end of the year and shit. That's it. So, and by the way, Kamala was going to do a lot of that stuff too, and Kamala's plans were give $25,000 to people to buy their first home, $50,000 for people to open up a small business. She was going to do no tax on tips, even though that's a stupid policy in every way, shape, and form, because it disproportionately helps certain types of workers in the service industry and not most of them. Plus, again, it's just simply a deduction. It's not a tax credit. It's none of that. She was going to, of course, and I know you guys don't like this, but give women their reproductive rights back. All these things are things that help Americans continue to negotiate prescription drug costs with drug companies to get lower prices for Americans, expand the child tax credit, all these things. Newsom, probably. Yeah, well, that's not the national average, more darkness. That's just where you are. 36% approval. Yeah, 36%. Yeah. Yeah. Didn't Trump just announce cheap boner pills? Probably. Yeah. What's the Satancrats approval ratings? Satancrats? Okay, moving on. Secured borders, deporting criminal aliens, and bringing down fuel prices. Well, Thomas, he didn't bring down fuel prices, you dope. Tell me how he brought them down. What did he do to bring down fuel prices? We were producing record amounts of oil under Joe Biden, so you can't say anything about drill, or none of that horse shit. What did he do? You know that he has nothing to do. Just like Biden had nothing to do with the prices of gas being high, Trump has nothing to do with them being lower. And again, they're 10 cents, or it might be 20 cents now, lower nationwide, as far as a nationwide average, than they were 1 year ago today. So, if you got a 12-gallon tank, you're saving about $2.40 on a fill-up. So, you're that excited about that? That's how broke you are? What did he do? More darkness. Who? Trump? Well, for one, he was accused of raping Katie Johnson when she was 13 years old. Clinton and Epstein. I don't get what you're trying to say. I don't understand what you guys are talking about. Yeah. A real American. You're being serious? You don't think that that's by design? You don't think that out of 300 gigabytes, only 2.5 gigabytes were actually released, and I believe 1.5 of those had already been released. And you don't think at all that Donald Trump said, listen, just release pictures of Clinton and stuff, not of me. Last night, 468, is that what it was? File 468 or something? It was released. It was a picture of Donald Trump with a whole bunch of girls. Well, it was a picture of Epstein's drawer, and you could see the picture in there. They deleted that overnight. So don't say none of Trump, because there's one of Trump. It's him with a bunch of women. There's actually several pictures in the drawer, and they deleted it overnight. Go to the Department of Justice.gov and look for file 468. You'll see it got deleted overnight. There's 467, 469. And by the way, here's a guy from the Department of Justice saying that this exact thing was going to happen this exact way. Where is he? Is this it?
Smart people don't like me.
No, that's where he says smart people don't like him. Where the fuck is it? There we go.
Oh, those files do exist.
Yeah, thousands and thousands of pages of files. They'll redact every Republican or conservative person in those files. Leave all the liberal, Democratic people in those files.
I think they visited that Maxwell person.
Yeah.
And also involved.
Got transferred to a minimum security prison too recently, which is against BOP policy because she's a convicted sex offender. They're offering her something to keep her mouth shut.
I love how these people act like when Trump does something, it's legit. Like when they say stuff like, the FBI found no wrongdoing with Tom Homan supposedly accepting that $50,000 bribe. Oh, really? Trump's FBI found nothing wrong with Trump's guy, Thomas Homan, accepting that bribe. Yeah. That's like when a police department investigates themselves for killing an unarmed person. Yeah. I wonder if they're going to indict him. You guys are so stupid. You said all pics with Clinton, 0 Trump. It wasn't 0 with Trump. And this is exactly what's going to happen in the beginning. There is hundreds of thousands of pages left to go. They're not even denying that. They missed the deadline last night because they're still redacting shit. So they showed some pictures of Clinton, many of which were complete bullshit. Like they showed a picture. Look it up right now. They showed a picture of Bill Clinton and Michael Jackson, and they blocked out some kids' faces. Why did they do that? Because they want you to think, oh, shit, it's Bill Clinton and Michael Jackson with little kids. Problem is, it's Michael Jackson's kids. It's his kids. So you're being deceived as usual, you stupid motherfuckers, and you don't see it because you're as gullible as they come. As gullible as they come. Joe Biden's FBI kept it all locked up. Why? Well, who says, Jason Jones? What do you mean? And Bill Clinton could go fuck himself too. Michael, if Bill Clinton's guilty of something, lock him up. What do I give a fuck? I'm against pedos. I'm not against just Republicans. The files were being used in that. God, don't tell them. Don't tell them. I like to toy with them. I just don't get it. What are you expecting to see? Trump with young girls, which is exactly what we're going to see. I mean, guys, Google it right now and tell me. Go do it. Please use Grok, ChatGPT. Instead of just, I don't want you to take my word for it. Go see if a file containing a picture of Donald Trump with a bunch of women with their faces blacked out was deleted overnight by the Department of Justice after they initially released it. Go ahead and tell me that there's nothing to see there, that's totally normal. Go ahead. I'll wait. The stuff that's being, you mean redacted, or the victims of these crimes? K-Dog 6, widely reported story in May. Even the Wall Street Journal reported on it, which is owned by Rupert Murdoch. Pam Bondi sat Trump down and said, you're all over the Epstein files. They then took, and this is one of the reasons Dan Bongino is apparently pissed off, they took 1,000 FBI agents off of other cases and assigned them to go through these files and redact Trump's name. So if you think it's not Trump being redacted, you're a fucking moron. You think after all these years, they're still redacting victims' names and stuff? You're crazy. You're crazy. It's not. It's bullshit. You're wrong. You're wrong. They don't care about the victims. They're the ones that victimized them. Trump is a pedophile. Are you kidding me? Yeah, we investigated ourselves and found no wrongdoing. Yep. Oh my God, you're incredibly stupid, dude. Not everyone who took a picture with that guy is guilty of everything or anything. No, but Donald Trump is. Nobody said everybody is, you stupid bitch, but Donald Trump is. Because not everybody who took a picture with Epstein was his best friend for 10 years. Not everybody who took a picture with Epstein is in tons of pictures and videos with Epstein. Not everybody who took a picture with Epstein wrote him a birthday card in 2000, a disgusting birthday card about enigmas and secrets and all this shit, and signed his name like pubic hair on a naked woman's body. You know, not everybody who took a picture with Epstein said, you know, he's a great guy to hang out with. And I even heard he loves beautiful women as much as I do. And many of them are on the younger side. A bunch of people, all the people that took pictures with Epstein did not get accused of raping a 13-year-old girl with him like Donald Trump did. A lot of the people that took pictures with Epstein did not get found civilly liable of raping a woman just a couple of years ago. Trump did. So please don't try to act like it's all a bunch of people that just happen to be in pictures with him. No. There's no, first of all, none of those pictures prove that anybody was at the island. And Bill Clinton, there is absolutely no proof he was ever on the island. It's a fact. I could have Elon Musk's Grok tell you if you want. Sure I am, more darkness. Here, let's do this. There we go. Do you really believe that to be true? Wouldn't Trump's own party not investigate before he was nominated? No, of course not, John. You're talking about the most crooked party out of both parties. Without a doubt, the most corrupt fucking party. The one that just wants anybody in there that will pass their fucking agenda, their sick, stupid, Bible-thumping, religious asshole agenda. You think they give a fuck if he's guilty? They know he's guilty. Biden owned the island they used. Wow, that's completely made up. Why didn't, if the Democrats and Bill Clinton are guilty, how come Trump didn't show them before Biden took office, right? Observant Ann? Now, Trump was in office before Biden. He had the Epstein files before Biden. Why didn't he release them? Yeah, sure, T4. Yeah. Yep, that's what's happening. Listen, I don't support pedos. You sick motherfuckers do. Okay, if Epstein came back to life tomorrow and wanted to babysit your daughter, as long as it would fucking appease Trump, you'd do it, you sick motherfuckers. It's not Trump being rejected. Do you mean redacted? They just posted this on Fox News that those pages that are rejected are the victims. They posted it on Fox News. On Fox News. Was a page deleted out of the Epstein files that were released yesterday overnight? Yes, at least 16 files disappeared from the Department of Justice, DOJ, public web page for the Epstein documents less than a day after their initial release on Friday, December 19th, 2025. The files were reportedly available on Friday, but no longer accessible by Saturday, December 20th, 2025, with no immediate explanation from the government. Content. The removed files were primarily photos, including images of paintings depicting nude women and a photo of an open desk drawer in Epstein's home that contained a picture of Donald Trump, Melania Trump, Jeffrey Epstein, and Ghislaine Maxwell. And it wasn't just that one. That was one of them. There's one where Donald Trump is in a white robe and he's got his arms around two chicks, and there's a bunch of chicks on either side. Okay? Yeah, and that got deleted overnight. Look, identification. The missing photo of the desk drawer had the file number ETFA00000468. As of Saturday, the file numbering on the DOJ website jumped from EFTA00000467 to, I'm not going to say all that again, 469, indicating its removal. It's not about the victims, dickhead. And Fox News said it, K-Dog. You mean state regime media. You mean the propaganda arm for the Republican Party said it, and you believe it. Oh yeah. Just forget about the pedophile stuff. Yeah, let's focus on that. Of course he is, without a doubt. You're wrong. The Democrats didn't put it out right. That's not true. That's not true at all. You literally just made that up. 4 years ago, the Democrats were in charge. Yeah, I didn't say 4 years ago, stupid ass. I said Trump was in office for 4 years while he had the Epstein files. Why didn't he release them? Those are the victims, you idiot. Did you hear what I just read? Did you hear what I just read? Because I got news for you. That those pictures, I saw them. All of the girls, their heads are blocked out with black dots. The only person's face you can see is Donald Trump. So how is it to protect the victims? Yeah, not like this. Boom, bam. Shut the fuck up, you dickhead. Because it's not the same. Regular political corruption is one thing, and they're all corrupt to some extent. You're talking about a guy who made $3.8 billion since January 20th off of the office of the presidency. So get the fuck out of here. There's never been corruption like this. It's unprecedented. Oh, yeah, without a doubt, wacky head. Dude, if Biden had those pics, it would have been released. Well, if Trump had, then I'll just say all those pictures of Clinton you're seeing, they can't be true. They can't be real. Because if they were, Trump would have released them in his 4 years, right? Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me why Donald Trump didn't release the files when he had them for years before Biden did. Guys, please hit the like and subscribe. It's extremely important that you do that. I will give you a second. Please. Hit the like button. If you're a bad guy, fuck you. I don't care what you do. But the good guys who agree with me and who are actually smart and right, please hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you. Oh, no. Reality bites back. I'm sorry. Please don't call in and make an asshole out of me. Biden couldn't put it out because of Maxwell's trial. Yeah, of course. You can't convince them of that, though. Nothing is going to ever be released, you fucking moron. Too many names from both sides. First of all, it's TOO. In that context, it's TOO, not TO, stupid ass. And you don't know that, but we do know that Trump is all over the files. So that's just you saying that. And it is the law now. You do realize that. Are you aware of the Epstein Files Transparency Act that was passed into law 30 days before yesterday? Are you aware of that? Because it's the law that they have to be released. They already missed the deadline. They already broke the law by releasing only a fraction of the files. And now it's going to be months before they release any more. And it's still, we'll probably never get all of them. But bottom line is this. Last night, when they initially released the files, well, yesterday, there was number 468. It was a picture of a drawer, and it had Donald Trump with a bunch of girls. All their faces were blocked out. His wasn't. There was also a picture of him and Epstein and Ghislaine and I believe Marla Maples. Okay? That file that they released yesterday morning got deleted overnight. It's not there anymore. So now tell me they did that because of the victims and not because of Donald Trump. You guys are unbelievable. You see a fake video of Joe Biden sniffing a kid's hair, which he didn't even do. You can look it up. It was a digitally altered video. The original video doesn't have that sniffing sound at all. But you saw just that, and you have Biden convicted as a pedo. But Trump, you've seen 27 sexual assault allegations since the 1970s. That's no big deal. You've seen that he was accused of raping Katie Johnson with Jeffrey Epstein when she was 13 years old. That's no big deal. You've seen that he's cheated on every wife he ever had. That's no big deal. You've seen him talk about wanting to fuck his own daughter. That's no big deal. You've seen him be found civilly liable for sexually assaulting E.G. and Carol. That's no big deal. You heard him talk about bragging about sexually assaulting women by saying, I don't even ask them. I just grabbed them by the pussy. And that's not enough to convince you that he was up to some bad shit with Epstein. But Biden could just look at a little girl and they're like, look at the pedophile. That's how you guys are. You're sick in the fucking head. You're all biased. You don't care about pedophilia. You just care about protecting your guy. What does that mean? LOL, all 18 of you. I don't know. No. Yeah, smart people know better. You guys are not smart people. I keep trying to tell you that, the red states are the least educated states in the country. It's literally a fact that red states have the dumbest people. Let's look it up. 338 people, guys. Please hit the like button and subscribe. It's very, very important. Biden said he took showers with his daughter. You don't even know the story. No, he didn't. He never said that. Ashley Biden said it in a diary about when she was a child. She never mentioned an age. She could have been 10 months old. And then in court, under oath, during a civil suit with Gawker, she said, my dad never did anything of this sort to me as far as sexually assaulting her. She said, I love my dad. She introduced him at the DNC, by the way, just last summer. Loves him to death. She's with him all the time. She said that her words in that diary were grossly misinterpreted and taken out of context. So it's funny how you believe her when she says something you want to hear from her. But then when she says, no, that's not the case at all, you don't believe that. Yeah. Trump's numbers are in the toilet. Oh, absolutely. Go back to your non-binary cry closet. Cry closet? You're super clever, devil dog. Stop projecting onto me, fruit basket. Everything this man is saying is right now is a partial or total lie. Why don't you tell me specifically what I'm saying that's a lie? Go ahead, I'll wait. No, I don't pick and choose what's real or what's not. I use facts, dickhead. You're just saying that. I do not pick and choose. I do research and I figure out what's real and what's not. Trump 2028, you're a traitors. I'm a traitors. I'm the plural of traitor. I'm numerous traitors. How the fuck did I pull that off? And no, we're not traitors. You guys are traitors. You guys support a pedophile, and you defend him and you'll do anything to protect them. And you also tried to overturn a free and fair election and overthrow the government, which makes you by definition traitors. Not to mention most of you are Nazis too. So that would also, make you traitors. Guys, please hit the like and subscribe. It's very, very important. Hey, Jersey girl. How you doing? So when the victims of Epstein openly said Trump didn't do anything, you willfully ignore it. Do you know how many victims there are of Epstein? Do you know there's over 1,000 victims? Now tell me how many of them said Trump didn't do anything. Go ahead. Tell me the exact number. I'm waiting. Oh, no. Yeah. Biden's a strange guy. I admit that. Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't necessarily make him a pedo. And guess what? If he is one, I want him to go to jail too. I don't care. Guys, on the left, like nobody worships politicians. We don't give a fuck about any of these people. We just pick who we think is best for the job and vote for them. We don't wear their merch. We don't, fill our yard with yard signs. We don't follow them around to rallies all over the country. We don't try to overturn elections for them. We don't riot for them. None of that shit. So, I don't give a fuck. If all the Democrats are in them, I say lock them all up. If they did something wrong. Trump's approval rate is 36%. That's the lowest it's ever been. Well, kinda. It's been 36% 3 times already during this term at 3 different periods of time. Yeah, it's despicable. Yep. It's absolutely fucking horrible. That's why they like to mention the 87% approval rating with Republicans. Now think about that. If 87% of Republicans approve of Donald Trump, but his overall approval rating is 36%, it basically means that they're the only ones that approve of the job he's doing. Guys, please hit the like and subscribe. It's very important, especially if you're like-minded. If you agree with me on these things, because let's face it, you all know I'm right. Please hit the like button and subscribe. Trump number is at and high. We all believe you not, dickhead. Wow. That's some English right there. Are you illegal or what? What's your story? Is English your second or third language? Trump's number is not at an all-time high, you jackass. Trump's kids secretly hate him. I think his wife can't stand. Oh, his wife definitely can't stand him. Why didn't Trump release the Epstein files before Biden? The files have been hidden during the Democratic installment. Trump didn't hide them. Biden, Clinton, Pelosi, and others did. Proven. Oh, yeah? Tell me where's the proof of that. And by the way, Trump had them before Biden. Again, I'll say it again. So did Trump release them? No, he didn't, right? Do you know, Glenn, that Donald Trump could release every single file right now with the snap of a finger? Do you know we didn't have to go through all this horse shit in Congress and pass a law? Do you know that Donald Trump could have released them 6 months ago like that with the snap of a finger, and he could do it right now? But for some reason he won't. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? Yeah. With all this time to prepare, since they came out and lied to you after 4 years of telling you that, Kash Patel and Dan Bongino and Trump and Vance and everybody telling you, the Epstein files, the Department of Justice has them. They can be released anytime, blah, blah, blah. We're going to release the files. Trump ran on releasing the files. After all that shit, they came out in June of this year and said, what are you guys, stupid? There's no files. There's no Epstein list. Trump literally called you guys stupid. When he was asked, how does it bother you that your own supporters are upset about you saying there's no Epstein list? He said, I don't care. I don't want them as supporters. They're stupid people. It's exactly what he said. So that's you he's talking about. That's probably like the 50th time he's called his own supporters stupid. Money mainly. Plus, I just like proving them wrong and clowning them, I'm not a real smart guy, but compared to these people, I'm fucking Einstein. So it does wonders for my self-esteem. Yeah, you might want to check the spelling of awful, Elizabeth. Come back and try again. Trump played you dummies. Yeah, yeah, sure. You're talking about MAGA? Oh, if you're talking about MAGA, yeah. Democrats support human trafficking and pedophilia. They are disgusting people. No, they don't. As a matter of fact, there was a discharge petition that started this whole process to get the Epstein files released. 423 people. Guys, please hit the like and subscribe. I got a goal today. I want to hit a certain amount of subs, so please help me out there. So anyway, there was a discharge petition. That's the only reason there was ever a vote on the House floor, and then the Senate, and then it went to Trump's desk. And out of 218 signatures, 5 of them were Republicans. 213 of them were Democrats. So, no, it's the Democrats that have been trying to get the files released, and it's been the Republicans covering them up. How much are they paying you to trash Trump? All of your shit are lies from CNN. I don't listen to CNN, and I wish somebody was paying me. Matter of fact, why don't you guys pay me? Do me the favor. Send a super chat into the show. Be generous. Be classy. Especially, again, if you're one of the smart people. Support me in my good work I'm doing. Because I do need to make money to be doing these shows. What makes me think that the administration is covering up the Epstein files? All right, let's start from the beginning. So, Kash Patel and Dan Bongino were the 2 biggest podcasters for years pushing the release of the Epstein files, right? Telling you that the Department of Justice has them, the president can release them whenever he wants, right? All right. Now, in February of this year, listen to me closely. Don't just talk about, don't discount what I say because you don't like it. Listen to this because it's all facts. You could fact check it right now as I'm saying it. In February of this year, Pam Bondi, you all saw it, she said, the Epstein list is on my desk. I have to review all the files. Okay. In May, it was reported by goddamn near every news outlet and publication, right and left. It was reported that Pam Bondi went to Trump and said, Mr. President, your name is in the files numerous times. Okay. Then they assigned 1,000 FBI agents, which pissed Dan Bongino off. Okay, because they were taken off of other cases and shit. 1,000 FBI agents to start going through the files and redacting Trump's name because there's hundreds and hundreds of thousands of files. Okay. June rolls around and they tell all of us, not just the left, they told the right too, there is no list. What do you mean? What are you talking about? There's no list. And Kash Patel and Dan Bongino, the guys that for years said that Epstein didn't, and all that shit, all of a sudden they said, yes, he did. He did, and there is no files, right? 504 people, please hit the like and subscribe. It's very, very important, guys. Thank you very much. Then, immediately after they came out and said there's no files, the Democrats tried to force a vote to release the Epstein files, right? Mike Johnson did what? At that exact moment, he shut down the House and sent everybody home so they couldn't force a vote, the Democrats, okay? It was shut down for about 2 weeks. It was shut down for a while. It opened up for about 2 weeks. And then they were trying to force the vote again. There was a discharge petition authored by Ro Khanna, a Democrat, and Thomas Massie, a Republican. Okay, it was a discharge petition. It needed 218 signatures to force a vote on the release of the Epstein files. So Mike Johnson shut down the Congress again. He sent everybody home. And you guys remember that little government shutdown? Well, Mike Johnson told all the Republican House members, do not come back to D.C. and do not, under any circumstances, negotiate with Democrats. Okay? He was keeping the government closed on purpose. Okay? There was a woman named Adelita Grijalva right before the government shutdown and all that. Woman named Adelita Grijalva. Now, they had 217 signatures on this discharge petition. At the time, it was, I guess, five Republicans and 212 Democrats. Okay. Adelita Grijalva gets elected in Arizona to the House. She's supposed to be sworn in right away. But Mike Johnson wouldn't swear her in. Know why? Because she would have been the 218th signature on the discharge petition, and there would have been a vote to release the Epstein files, which is exactly what happened 50 days later when Mike Johnson had no choice. The government opened back up, and he had to swear her in. And that's what brought us to yesterday. Okay? Yesterday, the deadline that the administration skipped. They missed. They only dropped 2.5 gigs out of 300 gigs of Epstein files. They broke the law yesterday because there was a law passed, signed into law by Trump, called the Epstein Files Transparency Act. Okay? So that's what we're talking about right now. And that's all because so many Democrats pushed to release the files, even though the Republicans were fighting against it tooth and nail. Now, what you're going to ask me is next is, well, if Trump's in the files, why did he sign it? I'll tell you why. Because after months and months of Mike Johnson and Trump fighting to stop that discharge petition from getting all the signatures it needs and going to the House for a vote, I'm losing my train of thought now. Hold on. Yeah. After months and months of that, once Adelita Grijalva was sworn in, they were able to get the signatures on the discharge petition, and there was going to be a vote. But here's the thing. The Republicans didn't want to vote for it because, again, they all knew they're covering up for Trump. Like I said, it was widely reported Pam Bondi told Trump he's in the files. Okay? So the Republicans were covering up all that fucking time, and then when they got the signatures, they had a choice. Go on record with the midterms coming up, voting against releasing the Epstein files, or just vote to release them and save your political ass. Okay? Mike Johnson tried to force a vote in the middle of the night one night, an anonymous vote on the release of the Epstein files. This way, all the Republicans could stay anonymous while they vote against the release. Okay, Democrats weren't having that. They said, no, we're going to do a public vote. You're going to be on record. That's all there is to it. So the Republicans told Trump, listen, we got no choice. You know what I mean? We're not going to go on record as voting against this shit when we got elections coming up. Okay, this is when a lot of stuff happened with Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert. Donald Trump said on live TV that if Marjorie Taylor Greene signs that discharge petition, she's committing an act of hostility. Now, why would Donald Trump say that any Republican that signs the discharge petition is committing an act of hostility if he has nothing to worry about? Then Lauren Boebert, she was one of the Republican signatures on the discharge petition. You can look this up. This is a fact. I'm not making this up. Lauren Boebert herself came out and talked about it. They called her into a little private meeting. Okay, and they asked her to take her name off of the discharge petition. Trump even threatened her. She basically told Trump to go fuck himself, and the discharge petition got all the signatures it needed. Okay, so after the House Republicans told Trump, listen, we're signing it. That's it. You know, we got to save our asses for the midterms. The Senate did the same thing. They told Trump, they said, listen, we're going to vote for it. So Trump had no choice. He was the last guy. It had to go to his desk. So Trump's choices were either refuse to sign it, and it becomes clear to the whole world that I'm in those files, or just pretend I'm all for it and sign it because I have no goddamn choice. All the Republicans signed it. And that's what happened. So all that is true. You can absolutely look it up right now. They've been covering the shit up since June. Okay, and they still are. Neosporin, $2. Let's call it taking a Trump. A shit? Yeah. I already do. Well, Brian Preslick, before the Democrats had it, Trump had it. He had the files for 4 years. So why didn't he release them? Obama's judge blocked the release. Why didn't Biden release them, idiot? No, he didn't. Again, this is you guys not knowing anything. And I'll say to you again, Eric Kinney, like I'm saying to everybody else, how are you going to tell me Biden didn't release the files without mentioning that Trump didn't release them either? And Trump was in office before Biden, and he had all the files, just like, according to you, Biden did. Do you want the answer? I'll tell you the answer. Trump couldn't release the files, even if he wanted to, which he didn't. Because as soon as that bust in 20... I don't know what happened there. Hold on, let me check my mic. All right. There was ongoing investigations. There was litigation, but people were suing Prince Andrew, stuff like that. And Ghislaine Maxwell was going on trial. Ghislaine Maxwell got convicted under Joe Biden, not under Trump. She immediately appealed her case. And she appealed it, and her case was on appeal until 2025, when the Supreme Court finally shot down her last appeal. That's why all of a sudden it became such a big deal for the files to be released, because for the first time, they could be released because there was no more Ghislaine Maxwell appeals. There was no more ongoing investigations, nothing. Okay. Now, once all this shit happened, and Trump had to sign this shit into law, immediately after, go look it up, Pam Bondi came out and said there's going to be investigations into Bill Clinton and Larry Summers. Now, there's a reason why they did that. They did that because, again, if there's ongoing investigations, you can't release the files. Okay? So that's why they're making all this shit up about ongoing investigations, so they could stop from releasing all the files. Now, as far as the Obama judge, Eric, you don't know what you're talking about, okay? Trump had to appease you fools. You can look this up too. Trump had to appease you because MAGA, for about 5 minutes, grew a spine and said, this is where we draw the line. You're lying us about the Epstein files. Fuck that. You're going to lose our support. So what he did is he went to an Obama judge because he wanted to make sure there was no chance that the judge would allow the release of these files. Okay. So he wanted to stack the odds against himself as much as possible. So he went in front of an Obama judge. And then all they asked for, Eric, was the grand jury testimony from Ghislaine Maxwell's case. That was not the Epstein files. The Epstein files have been in the hands of the Department of Justice for years and years now. The only person standing in between the release of the files and all of us was Donald Trump. Because again, they couldn't be released until this year. Okay. The judge said no, he couldn't release that grand jury testimony. And guess why? Because Ghislaine Maxwell's trial was still, or case was still on appeal. Now, it's not on appeal anymore. Like I said, the Supreme Court shot down her last appeal months back. So a few days ago, a week or so ago, a judge finally released that, or ordered the release of that grand jury testimony. So that was not the Epstein files. That was just grand jury testimony that nobody was even looking for. But Trump knew that if he went to court and the judge shut him down, he could say, oh, look, guys, I tried, but an Obama judge said no. And you guys are gullible, so you fucking believed it. You know? Trump did not turn him in. You're such a stupid motherfucker, George C. Yeah, it's just something you made up. Watch. I'm going to ask Elon Musk's Grok. You ready? Couldn't be more right-leaning, right? It's Elon Musk. It's his app. Hey, Grok. Hey, Grok.
Hey, Kristen, I've been waiting.
What did you call me?
Christ.
It's Christopher, fuckface. The fuck is your... All right, let me go to the assistant. All right. Hey, Grok. All right.
So, where were we?
Okay, let me ask you a question. What was I even asking now? Oh yeah. Did Donald Trump turn in Jeffrey Epstein?
Nah, Trump didn't turn Epstein in or report him to the cops. The Palm Beach investigation in 2005 started because a girl's parents went to the police about her being assaulted at Epstein's house. No connection to Trump. They were buddies back then, but Trump banned him from Mar-a-Lago around that time.
Did Trump
Reasons vary.
Did Trump ever work as an informant against Jeffrey Epstein?
No. There's zero solid evidence that Trump ever worked as any kind of informant, FBI or otherwise, against Epstein. That whole thing blew up back in September when Speaker Mike Johnson casually dropped that Trump was an FBI informant trying to take him down, but he walked it back super fast, said he misspoke and was just repeating loose talk. White House denied it.
Thank you.
Patel, as FBI director,
All right.
flat out said Trump was...
So you see how you guys don't know anything? You come in here every goddamn live stream I do and you just spread lies and misinformation because you don't know anything. Donald Trump never worked as an FBI informant. He never turned Epstein in. All he did was, Brad Edwards, I think his name was, the Epstein victim's lawyer, in 2009, he subpoenaed a bunch of people, and he said later on the only person that answered his phone call was Donald Trump, and that Donald Trump was helpful. He did not say in any way, shape, or form that Donald Trump helped help them beat Epstein in a lawsuit. Nothing like that. He just said he was helpful. That's it. And of course, he didn't tell him anything good. Otherwise, it would have been used in the civil case. And there was nothing from Trump used in that civil case. So again, you guys just hear things and you believe it. Trump didn't turn him in. And as far as kicking him out of Mar-a-Lago, Trump didn't kick Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago because he was a pedo. He kicked Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago, and he didn't, by the way. According to those 20,000 emails that got released, Epstein said in one of the emails, he never kicked me out. He just asked me to resign my membership, and I'll tell you why. So in 2004, 2005, some shit like that, there was a real estate deal. Jeffrey Epstein was buying a house for like $40 million. So he calls Trump over because Trump's a builder. He wants advice on where to put a pool. Well, Trump bought the house out from under him for like $45 million because he's a scumbag. A year later, he sold it to some Russian oligarch for $95 million. Obviously, this drove Epstein insane, and he was suing Donald Trump. And that's why Donald Trump asked him to leave Mar-a-Lago. That's the only reason, okay? You can't blame Trump for not releasing the files, but not blame Biden for not releasing the files. And I would say to you, then you can't blame Biden for not releasing the files without blaming Trump for not releasing them. Because again, Davey, not only did Trump have them first, but Trump can release them right now, and he refuses to. How are you guys going to say that when Trump still didn't release the files? How are you still going to talk about Biden? By the way, guys, I got news for you. This is going to shock you. Biden hasn't been in office for a very long time. The current president of the United States is Donald Trump. That's why we kind of focus on him, you know? Fucking obsessed weirdos. Guys, please hit the like and subscribe. It's very, very important. Very important. David R. 199. Bro smokes in his crib. That shows me enough. Idiot. Oh yeah, that makes me a total moron, right? Fuck you, Brian. Meanwhile, you probably smoke crack, or you probably got some lines chopped out on your coffee table, or you drink. I bet you drink, right? But that's fine. This is the people who smoke. They're the real dingbats, right? They're out of their fucking minds. You're an idiot. Neosport and $2. They also took 16 photos off the website today. Oh, see, there you go. Thank you for the $2, my friend. And by the way, my man Pat Travelino hit me off with $20 for the membership. Yeah, it's all good, man. JGB, I believe, bought the memberships. Well, I appreciate you paying it forward, brother. Thank you. Time is at 7:45. All right. God damn, this chat is crazy. Hit the like button and subscribe, guys, please. I'd appreciate it very, very much. Wow. I was like 2,000 comments behind. 16 photos of nothing. And that's why they deleted them, because they're of nothing. Sure. Because Democratic Party hates Trump. Why didn't they release the files so he couldn't run? Wake up. Oh my God. Oh my God. I mean, I don't know how else to explain it to you. Again, they couldn't release the files. I mean, you guys are so fucking dumb. You hear somebody explain it to you, and it doesn't sink in at all. It's almost like you're completely incapable of learning. You know, I already told you why Biden didn't release them. And guess what? It's the same reason Trump didn't release. Well, Trump wouldn't have released them, but Trump couldn't release them in his first term because of this very reason. That the reason Biden didn't. Holy shit. He shouldn't be, James Arnold. Obama was a dictator too. He deported how many people without due process? No, with due process. That's the difference between him doing it and Trump doing it. And tell me how he was a dictator. Tell me how exactly. At least. There's more than that, I think. There's more than that just online, I believe. Oh my God, here we go. DV51. He doesn't get it, no matter how many times you explain it to them. Blame Biden for the next 3 years until you run again, supposedly. Oh, you talking about Trump is going to do that? You hate Trump so much, that's all you talk about because the Democrats have nothing to talk about but Trump. Well, Pam Gator, again, I think you might want to take it into account that Donald Trump is the leader of the free fucking world. Not only is he our president, he's the leader of the free world. Guess who else is always talking about Trump? The Republicans, whether it's good or bad. You know why? Because he's the leader of the goddamn free world, you stupid bitch. I mean, who are we supposed to be talking about? Meanwhile, half the chat that's MAGA, they're all talking about Biden, a guy who hasn't been president for almost a year now. You're still obsessed with Biden, but you're like, all you Dems do is talk about Trump. Who should we talk about? Trump is the president. What do you mean? And you guys, yeah, you never spoke about Biden when he was president. Yeah, I know. The Republicans didn't talk about him 24 hours a day. Fox News, none of you guys. There wasn't no chance like, let's go Brandon, none of that shit, right? One dumber than the next. Yeah, they have, Patrick Romano Williams. Good to see you, brother. Wait a minute, Patrick, weren't you a Trump supporter? I feel like you were. Have you seen the light? Tammy Stanzel, $10. Merry Christmas. This should help you buy your holiday pencil quota. Well, you know what Donald Trump says? All us po folk better start dealing with only 1 or 2 pencils. We don't need 36 pencils for our kids. That's what Donald Trump said. He doesn't tell you I'm going to make the economy better. He just says, listen, stop buying so much shit. 80% of the chat is MAGA. Probably, yeah. Biden said in an interview that he was in politics for bribe money. I mean, they lie shamelessly. Like, I'll tell you what, Nadia K. I'll tell you what. Get me the credible source. Go get me the video of Biden saying that. And I'll tell you what, I promise you, I will shut down my channel. Okay. And I will turn it over to you. I will sign it over to you. It's monetized. This channel makes a fuck ton of money every year. And you can have the channel if you go get me, go tell me how to find the video of him saying that. Yeah, exactly. Biden is their excuse for everything. Yes. Okay, go get it. I'll wait. All right, go find it. Go find it. I'll be right here. Yeah, like Biden would say that. Meanwhile, a Republican House Oversight Committee, they fucking investigated the shit out of Biden for years. Four attempts at impeaching him. They didn't even bother taking a vote because they knew they couldn't get the votes. They literally cleared him, a Republican House Oversight Committee, of any wrongdoing. The felon is screwing the idiots over, destroying our democracy, and they still believe senile felon who falls asleep doing high-profile meetings and news conferences, and it's okay. He's asleep all the time now, and they still talk about Sleepy Joe. It's hilarious. Yeah, I guess you're right, Tia Fireball. It's true. Guys, why is my Antifa check late this month? You know, I was wondering the same thing, Unknown Trader. That the nefarious figure that's paying us, I think his name is Soros. He's I don't know, he's fucking up. My check is totally late. My wife is ready to kick my ass. We were bringing up Joe Biden when he was in office because he weaponized the DOJ to arrest his opponent upon an FBI raid for stealing classified documents. No, he didn't. See, Dustin Nunez, here's the thing. Just because he's your guy doesn't mean that he's not a criminal, okay? The guy was a criminal. Biden had classified documents too, and you know what happened? The FBI asked for them back, and he returned them. The FBI asked Donald Trump repeatedly. They insisted that he return the files, and he wouldn't, so they raided him. Now, if you believe that Biden weaponized his DOJ, then you must believe he weaponized it against his own son, Hunter, who was convicted of a felony under that Department of Justice. No, the problem is, fuckface, Donald Trump is a criminal. He's been a criminal his entire life. Nobody weaponized the DOJ, but Dustin, tell me if this is weaponizing the DOJ. Hey, Grok.
Yeah.
What did Trump say in an accidental Truth Social post to Pam Bondi about arresting his enemies?
Back in September 2025, Trump accidentally posted what was meant to be a private message to Attorney General Pam Bondi on Truth Social. It started with Pam and basically vented frustration that nothing was happening with prosecuting his enemies, like James Comey, Adam Shifty Schiff, and Leticia James. He said stuff like he'd seen over 30 posts calling it same old story, all talk, no action, called them guilty as hell, and pushed for justice to be served now, no more delays. He thought it was a DM, got surprised when it went public, and apparently just went, oh, and shrugged it off. The post got deleted quick, but yeah, that's what it said.
What happened after he made that post to Pam Bondi?
He posted it on September 20th, thinking it was a private DM to Bondi. Got deleted fast once he realized. He just went, oh, and shrugged. Bondi was pissed it went public, called the White House complaining. Trump quickly followed up with a post praising her big time, like, Pam Bondi is doing a great job. Then things moved quick. 5 days later, Comey got indicted on false statements and obstruction charges. A couple weeks after that, Leticia James got hit with mortgage fraud charges. Both cases blew up, though. Judges tossed them out, citing unlawful command influence from Trump's post and other issues. DOJ is appealing hard right now, and they've tried multiple times to re-indict James, but grand juries keep saying no. Schiff's under some mortgage fraud probe, too, but no charges yet. And it's turned into the DOJ investigating its own handling of that one. Huge backlash overall. Lots of talk about weaponizing the Justice Department, but the prosecution's mostly backfired so far.
Thank you, Grok.
Anytime.
So now, Dustin, if you're against weaponizing the Department of Justice, you must be furious about that, right? You must be furious because Donald Trump, being the douchebag that he is, tried to send a private message to Pam Bondi and accidentally put it on Truth Social where he demanded the indictment of his enemies. And he basically said it in those exact words. And what do you know? 5 days later, they get indicted. See? He even talked about Obama's HIV test. Oh, yeah, not EK. Well, I'll be waiting right here. I'm ready to sign my channel over to you. Biden can't remember what he ate 3 minutes ago, much less what he may have said. Oh, for real, Rooster? Damn. Tell me what you think about this.
Maduro might escalate something?
No, what's illegal are the drugs that were on the boat and the drugs that are being sent into our country, and the fact that 300 million people died last year from drugs. That's what's illegal.
Yeah, now that's the president, your guy, Trump, saying that 300 million people died of drugs last year. Now, there's only 340 million people in the entire country. So according to Trump, there's only 40 million people left. And I know you'll say, oh, he means worldwide. Of all causes in 2024, 62 million people died worldwide. But your asshole, demented, senile president just said 300 million people died. Now, is he a pathological liar? Or is he? Does he have dementia? How about this?
Although my uncle was at MIT, one of the great professors, 51 years, whatever, he was the longest serving professor in the history of MIT, 3 degrees in nuclear, chemical, and math. That's a smart man. Kaczynski was one of his students. Do you know who Kaczynski was? There's very little difference between a madman and a genius. But Kaczynski, I said, what kind of a student was he, Uncle John, Dr. John Trump? He said, what kind of a student? And then he said, seriously good. He said he'd go around correcting everybody, but it didn't work out too well for him.
So on Tuesday, the president told a very detailed story about his uncle, noted scientist John Trump, and Theodore Kaczynski, the late Unabomber. He said that Dr. Trump taught Ted Kaczynski. Ted Kaczynski was not identified as the Unabomber until 1996, 11 years after John Trump passed away. It would have been impossible for John Trump to have ever discussed the Unabomber with the president. So what was he talking about? And I have one follow-up.
Andrew, with so many issues going on in the world, I'm a little bit surprised you would ask such a question, although I'm not sometimes coming from you, I will say, but I'm willing to give you an answer. Nevertheless, the president's uncle did, in fact, teach at MIT. He was a very intelligent professor. The president's very proud of his family. In fact, the president has a letter from his uncle on the MIT letterhead that sits in the Oval Office dining room. Maybe we'll let you see it sometime.
Now, the other thing the reporter forgot to mention is that Donald Trump, Ted Kaczynski never even went to MIT. So it's not only that Trump was either lying or he has dementia, because he said that him and his uncle had conversations about his uncle teaching Ted Kaczynski at MIT, and they had whole conversations about what the Unabomber was like. But Ted Kaczynski never even went to MIT. How about this one?
3 and 4. We're scheduled to be at 4%, which is pretty amazing because we have a deadhead Fed hair. I mean, this guy, the head of the Federal Reserve.
Deadhead Fed hair, huh? It almost seems like he has dementia. Ain't that some shit? Yeah, I know it is. Let me see. Joey Dimes, 199, donate Dems, you too, reps. Yeah, good idea. Thank you, Joey Dimes. If you voted for Joe Biden or Kamala Harris, and then you got the nerve to talk about a senile president, what the fuck do you want? You're just jealous, man. Get off his dick. Oh, I just played you just a few clips of how senile this fucking dope is. You know, just a few clips. I have tons more. Wow, a few words. Did you not see Joe Biden every day can barely talk and walk? Here's Donald Trump answering a question that was asked to him twice. I want you to hear how he answers it. Now, that's his dementia. Hold on.
Okay, please, in the back.
Dana Marie McNichol, Fox News Channel. Mr. President, is there an expected time frame that detainees will spend here, days, weeks, months? And does that have anything to do with the immigration judges you just spoke about being trained and staffed here?
When you say, what was the first part of your question? Who?
Is there a specific time frame you expect the detainees to spend here, days, weeks, months?
In Florida?
Yes, here at Alligator Alcatraz.
I'm going to spend a lot. Look, this is my home state. I love it. I love your government. I love all the people around. These are all friends of mine. They know them very well. I mean, I'm not surprised that they do so well. They're great people. Ron has been a friend of mine for a long time. I feel very comfortable in the state. I'll spend a lot of time here. I want to, for 4 years, I've got to be in Washington, and I'm okay with it because I love the White House. I even fix up the little Oval Office. I make it, it's like a diamond. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. It wasn't maintained properly, I will tell you that. But even when it wasn't, it was still the Oval Office, so it meant a lot. But I'll spend as much time as I can here. You know, my vacation is generally here because it's convenient. I live in Palm Beach. It's my home. And I have a very nice little place, nice little cottage to stay at, right? But we have a lot of fun, and I'm a big contributor to Florida. You know, pay a lot of tax, and a lot of people move from New York, and I don't know what New York is going to do. A lot of people moved to Florida from New York, and it was for a lot of reasons, but one of them was taxes. The taxes are so high in New York, they're leaving. I don't know what New York's going to do about that, because some of the biggest, wealthiest people and some of the people that pay the most taxes of any people anywhere in the world, for that matter, they're moving to Florida and other places. So we're going to have to help some of these states out, I think. But thank you very much. I'll be here as much as I can.
Just to remind you, the question was the illegal detainees that are being held here in Florida, like in Alligator Alcatraz, how long are they going to be held here in Florida? And that was the answer he gave. If that's not enough, I could show you guys more. Just let me know. You lost a little credibility with not calling out Biden. What would I have called him out for? I don't understand. What was I supposed to call him out for? Please let me know. Oh, fuck you, TC. Here, I'll help you just so you don't have to bitch and piss and moan in my fucking chat. Bye. Yeah, oh, Miss T. Marie, you know it. Speaks like a drunk, yeah. So what the whole fucking platform is built on. Wow, what an answer he gave. Yeah. For real. Anti-Trump, pro nothing. No. We're pro a lot of stuff. Biden and Trump are both morons. That's America. Well, I still say one is worse than the other. Biden was a great president. He was. All right, guys, listen, I got to get going because it's time for me to go spend the night with my wife. Yeah, no, she's not. Again, that's something you guys just made up. If you could find one credible source that says Kamala ever had a drinking problem, I'll offer you the same thing. I'll give you my entire channel, but there's no proof of that whatsoever. So, you know, Biden was the worst president ever, except he wasn't. Except Biden was doing better than Trump is right now. You know that, right? Like, prices are up right now. Inflation is up. Unemployment is up. Utilities are up right now as we speak. So, yeah, sure he is, John. Whatever. Yeah, you guys just say shit. So go ahead and just say that too. Why not? Joe Biden, I tried to prostitute myself to big donors. Yeah, he didn't say that either, Nadia K. And where's that? What's the title of the video? I tried to prostitute myself to big donors. Okay, hold on. So you said that, what was your original claim? Your original claim was that he said, I'm in politics for the bribe money, right? Okay. And what was your other claim? What else did you say he said about Obama's HIV results, right? All right, hold on. Oh, this is okay.
Senator, I'm sure that you would agree that your service in the Senate up to this point has not reflected any particular concern for the larger contributors.
Well, the fortunate thing is I didn't have many larger contributors, and the only reason, I went to the big guys for the money. I was ready to prostitute myself in the manner in which I talked about it. But what happened was they said, come back when you're 40, son. And so I had to go out. I had to go to a number of small contributors.
Well, I think we're all grateful, Senator. You didn't take no for an answer.
All right, so this is about 45 years ago. Now, where does he say that that he's in politics for the bribe money? No, that's not bribes. He's talking about donations. Do you know that just today Donald Trump sent out another email requesting donation money. You know that he sends them out every day. You know that, right, Nadia? Yeah. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to leave you with a video, but I'm going to get going, and I'll see you next time. Please hit the like and subscribe on your way out. I'd appreciate it very much. Let's take another look at Donald Trump's dementia.